The Champions League is where legends are made, but it's also where dreams are crushed. For every winner, there's a team that came so close, but fell short at the final hurdle. And sometimes those losses stick with players forever. So today, I'm building a full squad with one player from every Champions League final losing team. Starting with 2024. Now, this was a final contested by Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid. Dortmund, of course, were the massive underdogs. And of course, we all know that Real Madrid don't just play finals, they win them. And so the first player we buy for our team is going to be from that 2024 Dortmund side that couldn't get over the line. Now, that was Marco Reus's final year, but unfortunately, we can't buy him for our team. He was on the bench for that final, and we got to pick a starting 11 player. And honestly, we do have some really good options. Jadon Sancho played that final. Yep, he was back at Dortmund. We could go with Julian Brandt, Adeyemi if we want pace. I am not going with Fulkrug though. But you know what? The smartest option for our team might be Schlotterbeck. He's got a 92 rated UCL Dream Chasers card. Oh, and would you look at that? I've already got Schlotterbeck in my club. He's going to be the first loser we put in this team. I kind of feel bad calling them that. But hey, it's the truth. We're building a team of Champions League losers. And let's now head to 2023. This was the year Manchester City with Erling Haaland were absolutely unstoppable. They literally won everything, the treble. But guess who they stomped along the way? A resilient Inter side that against all odds made the Champions League final, but they could do nothing against a Rodri screamer. But to be fair, Inter did give Man City problems in that final. They were close to getting a goal, but ultimately it was Pep Guardiola and Man City's year. And that means we got to now pick a player from Inter's 2023 team. One thing's for sure, I am not picking Onana for my goalkeeper spot. Did you guys see what Matic said? Worst goalkeeper in Man United's modern history. That's kind of harsh, but hey, can't argue with it, can you? But you know what? From that Inter team, Lautaro Martinez seems absolutely ridiculous, but I don't want to pick a striker yet because I know down the road there are going to be some incredible Champions League losers that we can pick. So let's save that spot. Barella or Çalhanoğlu would be nice for the midfield. Bastoni's a good shout as well, but his best card in game is only an 88. Well, in that case, then Marco has got to be our choice. He's got a 93 rated foot birthday card, and to be fair, the 3 at the back system that Inter use, it kind of makes DeMarco as one of their most important players. Nah, man, what even are these prices? A 93 rated DeMarco is going for less than 200k. Bro, he's got legit every stat above 90. Of course, we're buying him. And there you go, we're adding in our second Champions League loser. So far, we've had one player from Dortmund, one from Inter. I do want to keep a track and see which club is going to end up with the most players in this team. It'll kind of be an indicator of how many times that club has bottled the Champions League. But one thing's for sure, we aren't going to find a Real Madrid player in this team because back in 2022, they won the Champions League again. This time clearing out Liverpool, who actually put in a great performance in that final. But it was Thibaut Courtois who put in a man-of-the-match stint, got the job done for Madrid, and hence the Liverpool players had to resort to collecting the silver medal. Although saying that, I wouldn't call Liverpool a big loser because they did win the Champions League back in 2019, which we will get to later on. But still, since they lost the 22 final, we gotta pick a player from their team. Now, back in 2022, of course, they had King Mo Salah. I'm not gonna lie, that would be a really good option for us to pick. Oh man, this was back when Fabinho was still at Liverpool. No, yeah, we could go with Trent and sort out our right back spot as well. Also, Alisson, I don't think we're gonna get many better goalkeepers. Okay, I've at least narrowed it down to 3 options. Salah, Trent, or Alisson. Actually, who am I kidding? There's Virgil van Dijk as well. Bro, this is actually a tough call. So far, we've only been picking defenders. Maybe we should go with an attacker. And okay, guys, looks like my decision is made. Salah's got a 96 rated team of the year card. 1.9 million coins. Let's do it. Can't believe we're putting Mo Salah in a Champions League losers team. But I don't think this is going to be the final Liverpool pick because I do remember they've lost another final in recent times. But now, though, let's head to 2021, where would you believe it, it's Manchester City who ended up losing the Champions League final to Chelsea of all clubs. I mean, that was a massive upset, and remember Pep Guardiola went with some really weird tactics, and a Kai Havertz goal was what sunk Man City. Of course, Man City did later on get revenge and they won the Champions League, but hey, back in 2021, they were a loser, and that's gonna allow us to pick a player from 2021's Man City team. Funnily enough, no Erling Haaland. He was, I think, back at maybe Borussia Dortmund then. But okay, guys, I'm not liking the options here. Sterling or Mahrez, not in FC25. Could go with De Bruyne for the midfield. That would be really good. John Stones would be nice for the centre-back spot. Bernardo again for the midfield. Gundogan wouldn't be too bad. Probably even Phil Foden, but we do have Mo Salah in that position currently. I think the smart pick from that Man City team, and probably one of their more underrated players, Kyle Walker. Now, interestingly, Kyle Walker doesn't even play at Man City anymore. He's moved to AC Milan, but he's still got a 91 rated numero foot card. That looks absolutely insane. Almost 1 million coins as well. But there you go. We've got Walker coming in, our loser from Man City. Bro, this team is getting hella expensive, and that's not good, because once I build this Champions League losers team, I'm going to play one game of FC25, where for every goal I lose by, I'm going to discard one random Champions League loser. And you guys know I do not want to be discarding a team in the Salah. He's still worth like 2 million coins. To pick our next player, though, we're heading to 2020. Now, this was the year where the Champions League was played behind closed doors. The final was contested between PSG and Bayern Munich. I think all of us thought that with Neymar and Mbappe, PSG would finally come through, win their first ever Champions League. But that year's Bayern Munich was built different. Hansi Flick was the Bayern manager. He made that club into a machine, and Bayern Munich were unstoppable. They won the final 1-0. And hilariously, it was Kingsley Coman, a PSG Youth Academy player, that scored the winner against them, while the big superstars Neymar and Mbappe missed easy chances. But hey, I guess it's good for us, because we get to pick a player from that PSG team. Now, I know someone like Marquinhos from that team would be a really good option for our centre-back spot, but let's be real. Of course, we're going to choose between Mbappe or Neymar. Now, between these two, I'd say Neymar has definitely achieved more in the Champions League. He, of course, won it with Barcelona. Meanwhile, things haven't been good for Kylian Mbappe here. He's lost the Champions League final with PSG, and now with Madrid, he got kicked out by Arsenal. So far in his career, he's definitely a Champions League loser. And so we're going to buy his 96 rated team of the year card. I don't think I've ever used this in game. 5.5 million coins. Are you joking? And there goes Mbappe in a Champions League loser squad. You bet he wants to try and fix that in future seasons. No, I did say that a Real Madrid player won't be included in this team. Hey, we all know Mbappe is here to represent PSG. Now we're heading to 2019. This was the year Liverpool actually got their redemption by winning the Champions League. But the loser of that final was Tottenham. Of course, we were going to have to pick a player from Spurs in a video about losers.
Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there.
But that year, they were actually decent. Under Pochettino, they somehow knocked out Ajax from the Champions League in a crazy comeback. But Liverpool was just a bit too much for them. They lost 2-0. And tell you what, looking at that Spurs team, probably one of the worst sides we've had to pick a player from in today's video. I mean, Hugo Lloris in goal, we could do that. But he's only got like a 79 rated gold card. I don't even think Alderweireld and Vertonghen are in the game. Sissoko, Harry Winks, Dele Alli, these are all just average players now. I guess the only real options are Heung-min Son or Harry Kane. Talk about a player who's cursed at winning trophies. It's gotta be Kane. I mean, he literally left Spurs to join Bayern Munich so he could win trophies. But guess what? In his first year, he couldn't win the Bundesliga. And now, of course, he's got knocked out again in the Champions League by Inter. I kind of feel for Harry Kane, though, because individually, he is so brilliant. Probably one of the best goal scorers of the last decade. But I guess luck just hasn't ever been on his side. I guess the question for me now is, do I go with Harry Kane or Heung-min Son? I could just put Mbappe left wing and have Harry Kane up top. And I think we made the right choice. Kane's got a 95 rated UCL Dream Chasers card. Let's pick him up for 1 million coins. And there's our player representing Spurs. With that, we've got our attack complete. And oh my days, is it insane. Mbappe, Kane, and Salah. To think we've got them together for being Champions League losers. But I guess now we got to focus on getting our midfield sorted. And up next, we're heading to 2018, where we've got Liverpool featuring for the second time in this video. Of course, they lost to Real Madrid that year. I told you, man, Real Madrid don't play finals, they win them. But I remember that game. It was absolutely crazy with Loris Karius with one of the worst goalkeeping performances you'll ever see. And Gareth Bale scored probably the greatest goal in Champions League final history. Now, we do get another shot at picking the likes of Trent or Van Dijk. We've already got got Walker, so I guess Van Dijk makes the most sense. I am, of course, not picking Lloris Karius, as hilarious that would be. He's not even in the game anymore. Let's just be smart and go with VVD. Don't want to miss out on getting his 95 rated foot birthday card. 2.7 million coins. Bro, this is turning out to being one of the most expensive teams I think I've ever built. I'm scared we're gonna have to discard some of these players. Hopefully not. We're now heading to 2017, where once again it was Real Madrid who won the Champions League. This was their three-peat era. Whichever team that came before them, they crushed them. And this time it was Juventus with one of the biggest margins in the Champions League final. 4-1. Juventus actually have one of the worst records in Champions League finals. They've only won twice, yet they've lost 7 finals. And yo, there are some actual legends from that 2017 Juve team. The likes of Bonucci, Chiellini. They're not in the game right now, but I know they're soon going to be heroes or icons. Oh, there's Dani Alves. He's, of course, just had a stint in Prison FC. I think Dybala could be a really good pick for us in that cam position. But oh, there's Gianluigi Buffon. That's going to be the first icon we'll get to pick for this team. And oh, I've already got him in my club, so that's perfect. Let's put in Buffon. And to be fair, Buffon is the ultimate Champions League loser. He never won that competition. Even though he's won stuff like the World Cup, Serie A multiple times, the Champions League is what eluded him. And so it's fitting that we've got him in our team, and I think he's going to be our captain as well. Now we're heading back to 2016. And it was Real Madrid who won the Champions League again this year. But this time, they got the better of their noisy neighbors, Atletico. To be fair, Atleti did take this game really close to penalties. But if you remember, Juan Fran's pen hit the post. And that was enough for Real Madrid to win the Champions League. Now, I'm looking at the Atleti team from back then. They've got Saul, who we could maybe go for. Koke. I don't think Gabby's in the game anymore. Oblak, there's no point of choosing because we've already got Buffon. I guess our best bet then is going with Koke. But the best card he's got is an 85 rated. Look at the rest of our team, man. We don't want to be putting that in. But if we change our formation to fit in another striker, we can then go for Antoine Griezmann. I know, this is good. He's got a 94 rated foot birthday card, which we are going to buy. Bro, I'm going to run out of coins in this video. To be fair, I do think Griezmann fits this video. Because if I remember correctly, in the 2016 final, he missed a pen. But yeah, our team now is going to be super attacking. And we do need a couple of midfielders in there. And well, we're heading to 2015, where Barcelona won the Champions League. Not only that, this was the year they won the treble with Messi, Suarez, and Neymar up top. There was absolutely no chance for Juventus, who, yes, were the unfortunate losers. The question is, who can we pick from that 2015 Juventus team? And okay, I can already see a couple of good options. Pirlo, Marquisio. Imagine if Pogba was in the game. I don't think Arturo Vidal is in the game anymore. Carlos Tevez is a forward, so I guess it's between Pirlo and Marquisio for us. The best Pirlo card in the game is his 91 rated Future Stars icon, but that was an SPC and I never completed it. In that case, going with Marquisio's 92 rated foot birthday card, I think makes a lot of sense. And there you go, we've got our second Juventus player in this team. I think Juve and Liverpool are the only two-time losers in the last 10 years. But there's going to be another club, because in the 2014 Champions League final, it was Atletico Madrid who once again took the defeat to Real Madrid. This time they came even closer to beating Real Madrid. They were leading up until the end of the game, where Sergio Ramos equalized with a header, and then in extra time they ended up losing. Okay, I'm looking at that Atletico team, and it looks like we are going to have to pick Koke. There's literally nobody else that can help our team. I guess it was meant to be. We're putting Koke into the team, and with that we've built our ultimate Champions League loser side. Bro, this squad is 93 rated. I don't want to be discarding anyone except for Koke. I wouldn't mind discarding him. As long as I beat this guy, we don't have to discard anyone, but this guy does have a Thierry Henry up top and a Mia Hamm. The Champions League losers might be taking another L, unfortunately. Hopefully not. Okay, here's Griezmann. Maybe a finesse shot from outside the box. I couldn't even get it on target. Oh, this is looking good now. Griezmann finding Mo Salah. Maybe we can do something here. Go on, Salah. Cut back for Kane. Harry, you got to do something. No. Maybe Mbappe will link up with Harry Kane. Oh, that was nice. No, I couldn't get it to Griezmann. Bro, this is so unfair. I was all over this guy, and now he's just sent Henry behind, and there you go. Do you know what? I might have a strategy here. Just run with Kylian Mbappe. Nobody can catch him in this planet. Let's go. Mbappe, Griezmann, Harry, you got to score. There you go. I think this is all I need to do. Just run with Kylian Mbappe. Okay, this time he didn't have the pace. Oh, Griezmann, let's go. I don't want to discard anyone from my team.
You sure about that? You sure about...
Oh, no. This guy's just scored. But okay, I think I can still cook him with Mo Salah. There you go. Oh my days. My defense just moved away there, but Buffon actually made a save. Okay, Mo. You gotta do this for me, Mo. You gotta do this for me, Mo. That guy's player just went flying there. And he's had enough, boys. We've got the rage quit. The Champions League losers have redeemed themselves. And I am glad I don't have to discard anyone here. Now, if you enjoyed this video, why not watch me build a team of the greatest free kick takers ever? Click here.